In this movie, we're going to tweak the path outlines that now make up our type to achieve a custom effect currently offered by no font that I know of. And the idea is to increase the amount of contrast between the thick vertical stems and the thin horizontal elements, such as the arms of the T, the crossbar of the E, and the shoulders along the R's. And we'll accomplish this using a combination of the white arrow tool and a few ruler guides. But first, let's reorganize our group of path outlines so that the top line of letters is in one group and the bottom line is in another. And I'm going to do that by twirling open this Type Treatments layer here at the top of the Layers panel. And then notice this item called Group. You'll see all of the layers represented as thumbnails in opposite order. So the F is at the bottom and the D at the end of the word Unlimited is at the top. If you want to see the letters in order, then go ahead and click on that bottom F and then shift-click on that top D in order to select all the letters here inside the Layers panel, and then click on the Layers panel flyout menu icon and choose Reverse Order. And now you can read these letters in order from top to bottom. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and double-click on any one of the letters using the black arrow tool in order to enter the group isolation mode. And I'm going to go ahead and partially marquee all of the top letters so that Frontiers is selected. And now I'm going to group them together by going up to the Object menu and choosing the Group command, or you could just press Control-G or Command-G on the Mac. And you can now see that we have a new group that includes just the letters in the word Frontiers. I'm going to now take that group out of the existing group. I'm just dragging it upward like so. And we now have one group that contains Frontiers and another, as you can see, evidenced by this thumbnail, that includes just Unlimited. Now I'm going to close the latter like so, and I'm going to rename it Unlimited because that's what it is. And then I'll rename the top group Frontiers. And that way we can more easily tell them apart. All right, now I'm going to zoom in on the F over here. And because I no longer need to be in the group isolation mode, I'll press the Escape key, and you can see that we'll lose these little folder icons up here in the top left corner of the window. And now I want to modify the independent points and segments in my letters. So I'll press the A key to switch to the white arrow tool, and I'll go ahead and click off the type to deselect it. And now I'm going to click on the bottom segment of this top arm of the F right there, and I'll press the up arrow key in order to raise it 1 point. And now I'm going to click on this segment right there and press the down arrow key to lower it, and I'll click on this bottom segment and I'll press the up arrow key to raise it. Now I'm going to marquee these 2 points right there at the end of this crossbar, and I'll press the left arrow key 1, 2, 3, 4 times to nudge those points in 4 points. All right, now I want to add a few ruler guides, and so I'm going to scroll down my list of layers here inside the Layers panel, and I'll turn on the Guides layer, and I'll go ahead and click on it to make it active. And now I'll press Control-R or Command-R on a Mac to bring up the rulers, and I'm going to drag a first guide down from the top ruler until it snaps into alignment with the top of the F, and I'll get another one and drag it to this location right there. And we want 2 more around this crossbar, like so, and then a 5th one down here at the bottom of the F in order to produce this effect right here. All right, now let's move over a couple of letters to the T, and notice that if I click on the bottom of this arm, and I'll shift click on the bottom of this arm, they're both selected now, and I can press the up arrow key to raise both of those segments so that we have a narrower top to the T. All right, now let's move over to the E, click on the bottom of its arm and press the up arrow key to raise it by clicking on its top and pressing the down arrow key. Now click on its bottom and press the up arrow key, and I'll click on the top of this arm down here at the bottom of the E and press the down arrow key to make it more thin as well. And let's say you want to add another guideline, another horizontal guide at this location. Well, then just click on the Guides layer to make sure you put that guide on the proper layer and drag out another horizontal guide from the top ruler until it snaps into place like so. Now, you also notice that this crossbar of the E is higher than the one associated with the F. That's just fine. But I do want to make sure that the R is better aligned. And to make my point, I'll go ahead and zoom in here. This is the first R. There's 2 of them in the word Frontiers. And I'll go ahead and zoom in even farther, and I'm going to click on this anchor point and shift-click on this one. and then go ahead and drag them up until they snap into alignment with that horizontal guide. And you might as well press the Shift key as well to constrain the angle of your drag to exactly vertical. And then just to make sure that everything's okay, go ahead and click off the path and then click on this segment to select it independently. And you should see that this handle right there, that control handle, is exactly horizontal, which it is for me. All right, I'm going to zoom in even farther still, and I'm going to click on this anchor point, and I'm going to drag it up. Actually, I'll press the Shift key as I do until it snaps into alignment with that horizontal guide. And I'll grab this anchor point and drag it in a little bit, up and in, so that I'm preserving the angle of this segment associated with the leg. And I'll go ahead and take it up until it snaps into alignment with that horizontal guide. All right, we've got a second R that we need to deal with, but I hate to do that work all over again. And besides, I want to make sure both of the R's are identical. So I'm going to go up to the View menu and choose that view that I created in the previous movie, Type, down here at the bottom of the menu in order to zoom on out. And I'll go ahead and press the V key to switch back to the black arrow tool, and I'll double click on any of the letters in the word Frontiers in order to enter the group isolation mode. And now I'm going to select the R, and I'm going to drag it by its upper left point. And it's very important, if you're working along with me, that your bounding box is turned off. So under the View menu, you should see the words Show Bounding Box, which indicates that it's currently hidden. And then go ahead and drag the upper left point of the R all the way over until it snaps into alignment with the other R, like so, and then press and hold the Alt key or the Option key on a Mac in order to make a copy of that first R. Now press Control X or Command X on the Mac in order to cut the R to the clipboard, and then click on the old R, this guy right here, and press the backspace key or the delete key on the Mac to get rid of it. Then click on the S to make it active and press Control F or Command F on the Mac in order to paste the R in front of that F. And just to make sure everything's where we want it to be, press the Escape key in order to escape the group isolation mode. And now I'm going to click off the letter to deselect it, and I'll turn the guides layer back on so that I can see the R is indeed in alignment with those horizontal guides. All right, I want to make just one more alteration here. I'm going to scroll over to the O, and I'll press the A key to switch back to my white arrow tool, and I'll click top anchor point that's associated with this inside counter, and I'll press the up arrow key to raise it, and then I'll click on this lowest anchor point, once again associated with the counter, and I'll press the down arrow key to nudge it down a point. All right, that takes care of things. Now I'll go ahead and press Control 0 or Command 0 on the Mac to zoom out, and I'll turn off the eye in front of the guides layer in order to hide the guides like so. And you know what? I think I forgot to make one change here. I'm going to zoom back in on this E, and notice how this crossbar is still sticking out. I'll go ahead and marquee those 2 points right there, and I'll press the left arrow key 1, 2, 3, 4 times in order to nudge those anchor points inward 4 points. And now I'll go ahead and click off the type, press Control R or Command R on the Mac to hide the rulers, and press Control 0 or Command 0 in order to center my zoom. And that's at least one way to tweak your path outlines to achieve a custom logo type effect here inside Illustrator.